Hey everybody, Garret Claridge here. Today I'm going to be doing a speaker repair video, and what I'll be doing is reconing, as they call it, an Eminence Omega Pro 18-inch subwoofer. Now, reconing is when you're going to remove all the paper, the voice coil, the spider, all the suspension, all the soft parts, even the cork edge here. All this is coming out, and we'll be replacing it because, as you can probably tell, this one is locked solid, and you know, shit happens, you blow speakers, and with professional speakers and a lot of home audio, there are kits available for a factory recone, so we can jam a factory cone in there and a factory voice coil. This guy should be pretty easy because it's so big. Now in this box I have the Recone kit, as they call it, all the parts you need to recone your speaker, including the glue and all that, the shims. It's all in here. It's a good little package you can buy from a lot of places, and this gives you an original cone, original voice coil. See how that works? I actually have two of them in there because I have to recone two of these bad boys. I'll be doing both of them, but showing you on one. Alright, now the first thing I'll be doing is taking an X-Acto knife and actually cutting out the cone. A big tough cone on these guys. And now this guy is jammed in there pretty good, just because it's blowing so badly. Try to get the whole voice coil out. Oh, forgot to cut off the terminal leads. Oop, there we go. I can't even tell what's wrong with this guy. Here's some bad news for me anyway. Notice the gap here? This woofer wasn't actually blown. Coil looks fine. The thing got bumped and the magnet actually went out of alignment and just jammed the voice coil. Not really sure how you fix that. Yeah, here was an unexpected twist to this situation. Being a touring speaker, must have dropped it a little too hard. Bumped it against something and knocked the magnet right out of its place and actually broke a good chunk off it. Okay, so I guess we're going to just continue on with the actual good woofer I have now. You can see I'm covering the gap for the voice coil with some what's this called? Just like medical tape stuff. You're only going to have that on for a little while you get the X-Acto knife out and pick all the crap off here. You make sure that nothing gets in there because of course it has to have some good movement for the speaker to work properly. Now that I got all this junk off, I'll be cutting off this. Right, now that our edges are clear here, I'm going to make sure that nothing is inside here. Give it a good blowout. I'm going to take the tape off. Make sure nothing's in there. Now also a good practice, if you take a piece of paper such as this, sorry, one-handed, let's do this. You know, get a piece of paper in that voice coil gap to make sure there's no junk in there. I'm going to fold this one a couple times. If it'll fit in there. There we go. See a bit of insulation in there. Ooh, yeah. A couple little fuzzies in there, eh? Do this till we don't get any, till we get rid of all the dirt. And of course, do this till you stop seeing the dirt in there. That's good. Oh, there's a little something in there. A little dust bunny in the middle. Ready for a cone. Alright, here's the bottle of glue that this kit came with. There's no little squirt bottle on it, or squirty nozzle on it, so what I'm going to do is just stick a bit on this piece of paper here. I'm going to be really generous with the glue with this because, you know, a speaker, it's going to be pulled on and whatever. Let's take a paintbrush and get her in there. And you know, so you can see where the glue lines were in here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cake that on. Alright, now this guy's all gobbed up with glue here. Nice and generous all the way around. I'm actually gonna set this cone right in here. Slide that sucker in. Here's what we're left with. Now we also get in the kit the shim. Okay, now that that's in, it's common practice to actually spin the whole cone right around in the glue, so we make sure it's all nice and tight. Now before you let it dry, see where our terminal wires are coming out of the speaker here? You have to match that up to the terminal leads. Just over here. I'm going to spin that sucker around until that's centered to these. You can see where we're going to be soldering these on later. Right to these little nubs here. So that's nice and straight. This is nice, and just going to push it down. Press the glue in. Alright, now you can see that it's all glued up here. I actually gave it another quick little wrap around here. This glue dries black, so you can probably tell. Well, see, started out gray like this, and then works its way to black. I dried black on my hands just now. Now with this glue here, you gotta let it settle for 24 hours, so, well, I'll see you when this thing is dry. Alright, now it's been drying for a little over a day now. You can see the glue actually turned sort of a glossy black instead of its original gray. So what I'm going to do here is just take the shim out and make sure I did this right. Still no stuff in there. I actually had a cover on top of this while it was drying, just in case something got in here. And it's moving just fine without any scraping or anything like that. I think. Oh yeah, okay, I heard the, I was hearing a little scrape, but it was the sound of this rubbing against the basket here. Kind of worried me a little. So now we're ready to stick the dust cap on so we don't get any junk in here. Funny enough, I get a lot of people asking me what that middle cap is for, and it's exactly that, a dust cap. It just keeps all the crap out of the motor. I got two of them here because, of course, two Recone kits. But so the way we do this is you're actually going to find center without glue or anything. Figure out where your center is on this. I'm a little, do this again. If you have an eye for it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but definitely helps. And now that I found center, I'm going to take this pretty pink pencil here and very lightly just mark where that goes, right on the cone. Now I'll be putting some glue on the dust cap. Now this is the glue that I got. You'll notice it does not have a squeezy thing on it, such as an Elmer's one here. This would be the most ideal thing to use, just a nice bead just on the inside of the line you drew. But because I have this, I'm going to have to get my paintbrush out again and gob it right underneath this and do it that way. Hey, you know what? I lied. Look what I found in the kit. This will make things a lot easier. Here's the fun part here. Put one side in the glue at a time. Start it off like here and drop it right on. There we have it. Maybe I'll give it a bit of a twist. Press it in there. Oh, had a little bit of overflow here. It's alright, it dries black, and that's not a big deal. It's not made to look pretty. It's made to sound good, right? Now we're going to want to put pressure on this while this dries for another, I don't know how many hours, but you're probably going to want to wait quite a bit of time here. So I'm going to put this half-empty paint can on here, and that'll give it enough pressure to give it a nice good seal, and we'll be back when this dries. Alright, I've had this drying for 6 or 7 hours now, so we can take our weight off it. And see there? Nice solid dust cap. Alright, our next step here is installing the gaskets around the edge of this. Here they are. Now what I'm going to do is find my pencil. And I'm actually going to poke through the parts where the holes are, so we know where our screw mounts are. Just through the parts that are overlaying with fabric here, just because I have to line up the gaskets with the screw holes. This makes it a lot easier to see. There we go. Now I'm going to take the gasket and line it up with the holes I poked. Alright, so unless you're in a perfect world here, these things aren't going to be sticking down where you're going to want them to stay glued. So, I'm going to find another 18-inch woofer here. Just jam it right on top and weight that right down. Make sure it's all in its nice spots. It's good if you have a woofer frame like this, so you can just get right in there. Make sure these are all in the right spot. Right to the edge. Ensure they won't get in the way. There we go. Now play the waiting game again. Now if you're efficient with time, you could have also killed 2 birds with 1 stone and did the dust cap at the same time. Just weight it down like that, and then only had to wait for the glue to dry once. But I was in quite a hurry to get out of the house when I was doing the dust cap, so I never got around to doing the gasket. Alright, the glue should be nice and dry now. I'm just going to take the weight off. And that's looking good. What do we got here? Looks like a speaker to me. Should be ready to stick this on the amplifier and give it a test run. Obviously it's not broken in yet, so this is actually quite hard to push down and up. Right now I'm just going to do a quick soldering job. Get a little flux on there. You're not really supposed to touch this stuff, but fuck it. And that good and caked up with some flux. And of course, your solder. I got some nice thin stuff here. Real nice to work with. It melts real easy. It's more of an electronic, small electronic stuff. Here's one. There's the other. I'm going to stick this down a little more here. Just because I can. Clean up a bit of dripped flux. So I went a little overboard with the flux there. Well, there we have it. Not the prettiest thing. The wires aren't going to touch. And they're not going to come off there because, like I say, they're clamped down and they're soldered in. Alright, now we're going to be putting the dampening solution on the edge here. Now I need to get some supplies still, but I think I'll be able to get by with this paintbrush. This little paintbrush I have. I gotta go get another pack of them. I go through them quite often. So this will probably take a while. Oh yeah, this will take quite a while with this thing. Wow. Yeah, I need to hit the dollar store up for some paintbrushes apparently. So, let's do a little cutscene when I'm done this bullshit. Alright, that only took forever. If you do this, make sure you get a proper paintbrush and not a little fine thing like this. Now, once this stuff is dry, we're ready to install the speaker. I don't think I need to show you that. There is the complete restoration of the Eminence Omega Pro 18. Thanks for watching.